Hi guys, so here I'm Rory here, co-founder of Sublime Trading, here with the daily update for the US and UK indices for Thursday the 2nd of July. Alright guys, hope you're well. So let's get straight into the US market. Yesterday was a really good day for US stocks. We saw the indices push up further from support, and this in turn caused a number of US stocks to push further, many of them recovering lost ground in recent pullbacks, as well as pushing on to breakouts and creating new all-time highs. This is a really good example of why you want to always be focusing on stocks and just looking at the indices to guide you on overall market conditions. This is what we do here at Sublime Trading. We look at where the S&P 500 is in relation to the 200 simple moving averages on the daily time frame particularly, and then we scan and narrow down to the best performing stocks that are performing better than the average. Remember, indices are an average, so you want to be looking for stocks that are performing better than the average. This means that even when the indices are going through consolidations or even pulling back, there'll be stocks that will be doing much better. So when the indices are actually in consolidation and they're pulling back to support and then bounce off support, the stocks that are in trend are pulling back, but then will break out, creating new all-time highs, which is exactly what you want to be seeing in good stocks. You want to be seeing stocks that are trending and adding further profit into your portfolio, even though the indices are in consolidation. So a really good lesson yesterday, which hopefully you guys learnt and picked up on. So moving across to the UK market, well, the FTSE 100 is still in consolidation, but ultimately some of the stocks are performing much better. We have a number of UK stocks in our portfolio that are also holding very well, trending very well, even though the FTSE 100 itself is deep in consolidation. So overall, a strong day yesterday for stocks. So our bias continues to remain bullish, as I've mentioned now for a number of weeks, and will continue to remain bullish until the indices and the market in general dictate otherwise. Remember, the trend is your friend until the bend at the end. Now, also as another reminder, we've got NFP out today, so another reason really to be standing aside. You can see how stocks perform when you've got stocks running. You don't need to be trading every single day, executing positions every single day. What you want is a few good stocks running in your portfolio. You want those to be trending, continuously breaking out, and then all you need to do is compound and add further positions as those stocks continue to trend well. So NFP, a good time to stand aside, let the news and the volatility be factored into the market, let the markets then settle down and then gather their normal momentum and routine, and that's when you get back to normal action. So we'll be standing aside through today. We won't be executing any positions, and tomorrow is a bank holiday in the US, so the markets will also be closed. So really just an extended weekend. As an investor, today, tomorrow, days off, Saturday, Sunday, weekend as normal, and then I'll pick things up again on Monday. So that's me for today. Let's get into the charts. So guys, if you're new to these daily updates, then I recommend starting with the recording that's pinned to the top of our Facebook page, so that you get a good understanding of what I go through in these charts. So as always, this is our 3-screen setup. We have the monthly in the top left, weekly in the top right, and our daily chart down here across the bottom. Starting with the S&P 500, if you look at the month of July, we can see it's a bullish start and price is now looking to move towards the high of last year. Ideally, we want to see this price broken and then further strength towards a current all-time high. On the weekly time frame, price above the 200 and the 50 simple moving average. We can see this week price has bounced off the 50 simple moving average. We still want to see a break in the close above the high of June to suggest a continuation, but it's this bullish move to the upside that has caused the stocks that we're in to move further up and cause further breakouts, which is why it's always important to focus on individual stocks and not on the indices themselves. Looking at the S&P 500, we can see that price is still inside this area of consolidation. It's finding support at the 200 simple moving average, and we've seen a bounce to the upside. We can see that price is now gapped up at the start of play today, and it's above the 20 simple moving average. So what we want to see is the momentum continue to the upside. There's always a chance that price could reverse and fill the gap and then bounce off the 20 simple moving average. But ultimately what we really want to see is this momentum continue to the upside and price move towards the high of June, and then ultimately break through that and then strength to the upside. Moving across to the Nasdaq, starting with the monthly time frame, we can see that the month of July is now pushing on to new all-time highs. So the Nasdaq really continuing the way and leading the way in terms of this bullish trend it's been in since way back in 2009. On the weekly time frame, price above the 200 and the 50 simple moving averages. We can see this week, a bullish week, is now trading above the high of last week. So we want to see where price closes today. Remember, today is the last day of the week with a bank holiday in the US tomorrow. And if we look at the Nasdaq on the daily, price above all three moving averages, bullish day yesterday and a gap up at the start of play today. So again, price now creating new all-time highs. We want to see whether that'll be a continuation or whether price reverses and fills the gap. Moving to the Dow Jones, which is lagging behind, a bullish start to July but still inside the annual levels of last year. On the weekly time frame, price above the 200 moving average but finding resistance at the 50 simple moving average. So bullishness this week. So we want to see price close above the 50 simple moving average and then further strength. If we come down to the daily time frame, it's a bullish start to the day, a gap up and bullishness. We want to see momentum take price above the 200 moving average, close above it, and then further strength to the upside. Looking at the S&P 500 mini, we can see it's a bullish bar. So the fact that we're seeing bullishness is why we've seen that gap up, and potentially now we want to see momentum throughout the rest of the day, momentum to the upside. Moving across to the FTSE 100, we can see that July is now looking bullish. It was only yesterday where it was looking bearish, but now it's looking bullish. So you can see how quickly candlesticks can change. Remember, it's the end of day candlestick on the end of month candlestick really that will give us the most information. But for now, it's looking bullish. On the weekly time frame, price is below the 200 and the 50 simple moving average. A bullish week so far this week, but obviously still inside this area of consolidation. If we come down to the daily time frame, price is below the 200 moving average, but today we've seen bullishness as price has bounced off the 50 simple moving average. That was yesterday. We've seen that bullishness continue. Currently trading just above the 20 simple moving average, but we want to see price close above this level and then further strength to the upside. Ultimately, we want to see the 200 moving average cleared, confirmed as support, and then we want to see further strength to the upside. But this is positive. We are seeing bullishness, and that's why the stocks that we're in are also moving further to the upside, those UK stocks. Ultimately though, we want to see the indices break out and then further strength to the upside. So a great week for the bulls so far. We want to see how price ends today, particularly in the US market, which will give us an indication of what we could see throughout the rest of next week. UK stocks also looking strong. We want to just follow the process and let price dictate what course of action to take, which for now is to continue in the bullish direction. Okay guys, that's me for today. Please like, comment and share. Let's get people understanding how to use these indices correctly. The markets are looking absolutely fantastic and ripe for investment opportunities. Now is the time to be getting involved. I will be back tomorrow with an update on the UK market and how the US market has ended the week. See you then.